What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? Today I'm going to show you guys a tutorial on how to work with super curly hair, and I will also show you guys how to do a one feed-in braid. This is how I do it and the tools that I like to use for working with super curly hair. Alright guys, so let's get into the tools. So I love using a blow dryer, and this is really going to get all that curly hair tamed into the braid. I'm using a cape just because we're going to be using water just like this. A brush. So I'm just going to be spraying her hair with water and just making sure, just getting like a good section of her hair damped with water. Then using my brush and then using my blow dryer to really stretch out that hair and drying out that curls. So it's not going to be curls anymore. Basically it will be really straight and just very blow dried out. So this is just going to make it super easy for me to braid her hair rather than that curls. The curls is going to be a little bit hard because it might get tangled up and hard for me to get really nice clean partings. So it's really important to really soak that hair with water, and just always using this technique of blow drying and using the brush to really get rid of those curls. And you just want to make sure you're getting all around the hairline section, and voila, this is how it's looking so far. And now we can start the braid by using a pomade, my rat tail combs, a clip, well, a couple clips I guess, and this is my hair extensions, and I like to separate my hair extensions into small sections. Also, you want to make sure that each hair that you're taking out are all the same size. And then you also want to look at your client. How big do you want that braid to be? Determining on like how big you want that braid to be, you put bigger sections, or if they have already a lot of hair, you can put smaller sections. So anyways, let's get into it. We're going to be using the pomade, and we're going to put it all throughout the hairline and really using that product up, because that's going to really make that style last a long time. And then I'm using my rat tail comb and just brushing that product through the hair. And once you get all that done, now we're gonna start off by creating the beginning of the braid. So you wanna get a small little section at the very top of the hairline, a small section, because we're gonna use that as our middle part and adding in the extension as our outer legs. I've kind of already talked about this on a couple other videos, but we are gonna do this again until you master the beginning braid, okay? So let's get into it. We're gonna use that extension as our outer legs, that middle strand, her actual hair, as the middle strand, just like this. You want that hand position as close as you can to the scalp. Now, the goal here is we're gonna be braiding underneath, okay? So with her middle part, the middle strand, which is her actual hair, we're gonna be going and braiding under. Yep, just like this, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab in more hair, and I like to use my rat tail comb to really get clean partings, okay? Then we're gonna add in this extension like so, add it in, and then making sure our hand is as close as it can to the scalp, and then we're gonna be braiding underneath. Okay, that is the goal. We're gonna keep repeating the same process, using that rat tail comb, brushing that clean partings, okay? Making sure our hand is not moving from that scalp, okay? Now, adding in new hair, the extension, and then we're gonna be braiding underneath and making sure the hand is as close as you can to the scalp as possible, okay? Once again, adding new hair, or I guess her hair, then adding the extension, and you're just gonna be braiding underneath, okay? Now, I feel like I said before, the hand positioning is so important. And I'm actually gonna be making a video of exactly where I place my fingers into the hair so that you guys are super clear on where the extension's going, where the hair is going. But I just want you guys to have the idea of just braiding underneath to create like a Dutch braid, the cornrow, the feed-in braid, okay? That feed-in braid is just adding her actual hair and then that extension, okay? So as you can see right here, I know now I'm like kind of fast forwarding everything, but I am just making sure that each time I'm adding new hair in, I am using my comb, brushing through that hair and just making sure that these are very clean partings. Now, another thing I really like to do here, as you see, as I'm adding each hair on both sides, I am basically getting her actual hair and tucking it underneath the fake extensions, okay? And the reason why we want to cover her natural hair with the synthetic fake hair, it's gonna act as if it's like a covering. So forever how long she wants to keep the braids, this is gonna protect her hair from, like, let's say the weather, or like when she's sleeping or when she's doing things, because if her natural hair comes out, it could cause like frizziness, and it could cause, like, you know, her natural hair to stick out. So we want to make sure with that synthetic hair, it's covering her natural hair. Now, again, now we're going towards the bottom of the nape area, and we want to make sure that everything is really close to the scalp as possible, that everything is really nice and tight and snug, and making sure that hand is like really going towards the bottom of the scalp. Now, obviously we're not on the scalp anymore, we're just braiding down. If you want to, this is what I like to do, is just still add a little bit more extension, because I had asked my client, as you can see right over here, I'm like asking her, do you want it a little bit longer, shorter? So I was adding a little bit more extension as I was braiding down. And now I'm tying it with an elastic, and to cover the elastic, I'm using the little loopy that I was telling you earlier, and I'm gonna be putting that loopy through that elastic and covering that elastic with the synthetic hair, taking that synthetic hair, going through the loop, okay, and then just like this, you're gonna tug it down. Voila, now that elastic is covered, and I'm just doing my finishing touches of just cutting any hair that's sticking out. Okay, now at the very end, what I like to do is I get boiling hot water, okay, and I just dip the ends of the extensions into the hot water. Now what this does, it makes the braid more softer, and it's not going to be as stiff anymore. It actually will look very natural once you're done dipping the extension into hot water. Now you want to make sure not to dip any natural hair. Thank goodness her hair is so short, so you don't even have to worry about it. But some people that have really long hair, you just want to watch out for that. But anyways, I'm pulling and tugging the extension so it becomes more fluffier, the braid, and just finishing everything with my hairspray. And voila, this is my one feed-in braid that I did on my beautiful client. She looks amazing, and you can see here that none of that curly hair is popping out, it's not showing, it looks really clean. And yeah, this is how you braid super curly hair into a braid. I hope this video was helpful for everyone. If you can give a like and subscribe and give me a comment and let me know what you thought about the video and what would you like to see more into this channel. Thank you guys.